Hello and welcome back to episode 34 of my informative playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker. And there's quite a lot of traps left on this map, which we're hopefully going to be able to disarm some of. And
the dangers don't
there's something quite important I didn't buy from Bartholomew. In fact, we haven't looked at his inventory at all. And the most important item here is this small bag of holding for 2,500. We'll take that. It's an extra 100 carry weight. He's got a copy of Transmutations and Bodily Poisons Part 1 if you need it. And apart from that, he's also got feather tokens if you needed them to complete the Overgrown Pool quest. There is a way to pick these up for free as well, so no need to spend 500 on them. He's got Wands of Acid Arrow if you needed another way to deal with trolls. And he's got some quite nice items. Dodge bonus against giant monsters of the giant subtype. This is expensive, like I'm not going to buy any of this stuff. And a lot of it I just sold to him. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to spot some traps.
I'll share my path.
And we are of course going to grab this, and this is part 4 of our Dwarven Helm Shard collection. So there's one of them on this map, and of course there were the bracers, which I picked up in the last video. Let's see whether we can disarm this. On the map, there's quite a lot in the middle here. This is the main collection of traps. Lindsay, what are you rolling? A 1.
Applause,
very good.
Please.
So we're just going to try and stay at such a point that we can spot these without exploding. There's another one.
Not in vain.
It's just not my lucky day.
Oh, another 1. Well done.
Applause, please. Just letting the ink dry.
Let's grab this. A little bit of nice loot. And there's another trap over here.
What's that?
Somewhere, one up there, one down there. Let's grab both of these. They're worth a fair amount of XP each, which
Anything else?
is the main reason for disarming them. I guess from a role-playing point of view, we've just disarmed all Bartholomew's traps,
Applause, please.
leaving him a little bit vulnerable.
What troubles you?
I don't know if there's any more up here. So hopefully.
You see that?
Yeah. There we go.
Applause, please.
Applause, please. Okay, squad. Let's come down here. And we can see just here, we missed this on the first time round. Because we came in the back entrance, but this time we'll just say proceed with caution. Traps here. What it doesn't say is traps are not on the
Can you make an epic pose?
forgot about this. Traps are not on the road. These are not difficult. Level 4 fighter, level 3 wizard. So what we're gonna do, I think understandably, this is a conjurer. We'll prioritize them. We might eat an attack opportunity, or not.
Do not falter.
Leopard crit, thank you Leopard. And then we can... We're fatigued, so...
Tear them apart. Onwards.
Let's make sure we're... demoralizing.
Stay behind me.
Clear up here.
Serves you right.
Not tricky at all, but we are now fatigued, everyone. So yeah, this is of note. This turquoise brooch. It looks like it was meant as a present for someone. So obviously the bandits have stolen that off someone. We'll just grab all of that because we're just going to sell it straight back to Bartholomew. And we've got this individual here who's got a case. I was wrong in a previous map. I thought that it's weird. I always thought that indicated was an indication of the bomb on the side of the the case, but it seems that others have got that as well. So yeah, it's funny. Always assume that. Anyway, it's got a merchant letter here, and it seems that this is a delivery guy, and this is like a long story about traveling from a family that's been split up. So yeah, but it seems that this letter was never going to be delivered, so we're just going to snag that. This is an amulet of agile fist, so you can use your dexterity as your attack. You can add your dexterity modifier to your damage rolls if you're attacking
This is
unarmored.
my time to shine.
It should be it's in the similar vein to what Amiri has. This is amulet of mighty fist, but yeah, we have no need to add our dexterity bonus to our natural attacks. And there's going to be another group of bandits along here. Here we go.
Hey!
And yeah,
Stand down.
not much issue.
Your life ebbs low.
Down!
You hit the cat. Harsh. This might be effects of fatigue. I don't know if the cat doesn't get fatigued. Anyway,
Hungry when we stop.
yeah, take all of that, and we've basically only got one thing left to do on this map, which is to we will have a chat over here to Wayne again, and we've leveled up with melee, which I had kind of expected to happen here. So he's very thankful that we told him to get going, and he's this is Leskin, who he mentioned he was here with, and we can hand over his brooch as the lawful good option. That's a nice option, so we're going to do that, and yeah, we get a little bit of extra experience, which is quite nice. Yeah, we've really helped him out, and Harem interjects. This is yeah, and he's like, "How can I go on living if there's no sense in it?" And Harem, just like that, manages to convert him to Grotus, which is, I guess, one of Harem's rare successes, and we can confirm this by chatting to him. And he's just like, "Grotus, embrace my soul." So yeah, an inadvertent convert. So we're just going to grab down here. These worth a whole 8 gold herbs. Yeah, that is 1/10 of 1 build point. And we can grab some sweet syrup too. There we go. And hopefully we can...
This requires your attention.
Trap. Hopefully we can cross over back to Bartholomew
Anything else?
to sell our stuff without setting off any more traps.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Can't remember what that was, but yeah. So all we're gonna do, since we picked up some more junk, we're gonna sell that all to him. An enormous 188 gold. And hopefully we haven't picked up yeah, and we can Harem. There you go. And we can sell that shield. That should be pretty much everything. So we're just going to go ahead and level up Melee now. So she's a level 6 druid. So we get our second lot of Fey magic, and one of the main appeals to playing a face speaker, his this level 6 slot. And also we get our first wild shape wolf, which is very important because we're going to be doing quite a bit of wild shaping, hopefully. So stats just as normal. There we go. And for our Fey magic, we now have access to level 2 spells. Of course, we cast them at level 3. And since there's only one of these spells that's self-only, that we can't get access to in a better form to someone else, and that's Mirror Image. So to have a wild shaper, it's the only way you can wild shape and have Mirror Image up. Although it is a level 3 spell, so you need to decide whether the trade-off is worth it. Hit next there. Yeah, so this is our wild shape. And the reason I took 13 wisdom, even though we don't need it, is so we can take the feat natural spell without needing to buff our wisdom. A natural spell means you can cast spells while shapeshifted, which is just cool. You know, so no, it's not essential. It's just cool, and so what we can see is we have wild shape now, and ta-da, we're a wolf, and we get +2 natural armor bonus, +2 size bonus to strength, and we get trip. We're not going to be doing much attacking, but it's just quite cool to be able to turn into a wolf. So yeah, +2 wild shape. AC is terrible. However, I forgot to share. The idea is that we inadvertently or not, we get our shield bonus from a shield added to our armor class. I will try and remember to demonstrate that next time. We'll take another Cat's Grace because they come in handy. And that all looks good. So this is it for this map. That really is all there is. We'll be back here in not very much time at all. I don't think there's anything up here, no. Anyway, let's come back down. So we're all level 6. I'll remember to remind myself what that was when we return. So the only thing left to do now is to complete this sort of watchtower loop. Ah, that's what it was.
I'll share my power.
Apologies while I go flog 150 gold's worth of chainmail shirts. Right, here we go. That'll do. 175 in fact. So the face speaker, the wild shape, we get that 2 levels delayed, which, you know, if you're playing a face speaker and it's quite a fun class, you've just got to factor that in. And as I spoke about when I was hiring Melly as a mercenary, you know, there are some pretty serious downsides to playing a face speaker. There are benefits, but you need to understand that there are going to be downsides. Let's just make sure our encumbrance is okay. And we got an event there. I feel I know what that is. We're not entering here yet. So in we go to the throne room, and we can see where we've got to with various events and stuff. I believe this is just a completion. No, I bet it's going to be a problem. This is the famous loading times for going back to the capital. For some reason, the capital loading times are some of the worst in the entire game. Here we go. So then we just got to load this one up again. These ones are quicker as far as I can tell. So yes, an issue. Now I just talk about this very briefly. We can sit Tristan here. It's only got a 65% chance of completion, but it's only the 8th of the 6th month. This only needs to be attended to by the 1st of the 7th month. So we can actually, There's no need to do this now. We can shelve that because we have got a rank up for Tristan anyway. And when we rank him up, he will be much better able to deal with that issue than currently. So we'll just shelve that for now. And we've just got we're going to wait and see how Octavia does with this. We might be in for a nice buff to community, which is lagging. Basically, we need that much higher loyalties. Good. Yeah. Anyway, and if we're building some buildings, it'll be with the aim to raise our community. So, a couple of things I've remembered to do. One, we've got a new dialogue option with Harrim about his personal quest to see these dwarf ruins. He doesn't have anything to interject, having visited the ruined watchtower, because he wants to see some more substantial dwarf ruins. But are you sure you want to see the dwarf ruins? Why open up old wounds? And all he sort of says is that's fine. Please take me there. All right, off you go, Harrim. And
This is my time to shine.
we'll just attach a storyteller, and we're going to trade in some relics here. So it's a lot for those Torax pendants we've picked up. A fair amount. No, that's just one token of the Dryad. And this is the Dwarven apron we found. He wants the other 4 bits. And yeah, there we go. And since I've got a little bit of time left before we clock over this video, I thought we could just have a chat with Tristan, who we haven't had an opportunity to talk to yet. He's got a lot of dialogue, in the same vein as when I went through the other characters in chapter 1 at Oleg's, because he was zonked out from his battle with the bear-like Treant. He's finally come round, and he's able to talk to us now. The only downside is we've got to sit through this interminably long loading time for our kingdom, and you'll probably notice that as I'm playing, I try and cut out almost all these loading times, because there's only so much talking I can do over them, complaining about them before I really do run out of stuff to say.
The dangers don't
But
frighten
let's
me.
come over here. We've got Valerie here. Same as everything else, but she is talking to these two, Highland and Delia. And there's a stout man in well-worn armor. He bows respectfully and with dignity. Yeah, so he is the captain of the city guard. And Delia, the dwarf, she's his assistant. And I don't remember hiring a guard captain, or any guards for that matter. So he's here on order of Lady Jamandi. And he's just kind of doing his own thing. So let's hope they're doing a good job, since our input into this has been minimal. And yeah. So yeah, Baldric Zebrus, Garlic Tundrus, the name escapes me. My boneheads used to read his books about guard duty right on guard duty. I'll have to teach them a lesson or two. So, do the guards have everything they need? Yes, basically. They're fine. And I'd like to learn something more about those who serve me. And there's a lot of text here. Yes. But essentially, it's a pretty standard story. But Lady Jamandi took note of my achievements and marked me for advancement. And that's why I'm here. And he found Delia on the streets and took her in. And she wants to be a guard, and now she is. So that's the story.
I'll I'll share my path.
Yeah, and actually, I won't do Tristan's story right now because I'd quite like to talk a bit more in depth about it, which I feel would make the video a bit long. I'll save that for another one. But what we can do is we haven't looked at the inventory of our other merchants. So Verdal here sells some rather unusual stuff. So these are really exotic weapons, dueling sword, elven curved blade, and slightly rarer stuff. These cold iron weapons, of course, a lot of things have damage reduction unless you're using cold iron. There's one thing of note, which is this Mithril full plate +1. Mithril armor, if bring it up here. Mithril armor gives this, it increases the maximum dexterity bonus of the armor, and so you can benefit more from high dexterity wearing Mithril armor, especially relevant if you are a heavy armor wearing class that doesn't get the armor training of a fighter, so it doesn't get the reduction in the dexterity penalty, or doesn't get the increased dexterity bonus of the fighter class. This can be really handy, but it's useful for anyone with high dex and who wants to make use of it for extra dodge or AC. Yeah, extra dexterity AC, I should say. Contrast that to Adamantine Plate. If we look at the prices, 18,650 and 12,650. Adamantine full plate, the more expensive one, gives damage resistance, damage reduction, I should say. So this will give a damage reduction of 3, which can't be overcome. Now, it's very expensive for that, and 3 damage reduction, while good, is not, in my opinion, only not good enough to make forking out for this. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting hit a lot, can be quite handy, or if you're not getting hit a lot, but when you do get hit, you'd like a little bit of reduction. It's quite nice, but you know, if you're getting hit for 30 or 40 damage, 3 isn't going to help you out all that much. But that's Adamantine Plate. And Zarsi here. She's a scroll seller and a tiefling. And yeah, so let's see what she's got. So basically, a load of really, really nice scrolls. I will probably be buying some of these for Octavia, because of course Octavia is a what do you call it? A prepared caster, so she can learn from scroll. It's also got this. I always laugh at this Wand of Days. Once you get here, the need for a Wand of Days with 16 charges is maybe I'm missing some big brain play here, but I cannot for the life of me find any use at all for a Wand of Days that casts a Days cantrip. When you are level 5, which is when you sort of get access to this. But yeah, that's it for that's it for Zarsi. We're actually just gonna sell off some of this superfluous stuff. DC 12 Wand of Grease is of no use, and this Wand of it, it's almost not worth selling them because they're neither worth money nor are they particularly worth using. This Wand of Ear-Piercing Scream, because it's only cast level 1, it's only going to do 1d6 damage. So it's like we're carrying it around and it's a pound. It's just a bit annoying. And these Scroll of Inflict Wounds will sell. I tend to sell these, as they come in, because they're low. They're useful for healing Jaethal, but that's about it. And since we don't have her in the group, we're not going to be using them. We hang on to the cure serious wounds though. And I think I'm going to call it quits there for this video. And next video we'll talk to Tristan, who's down here, and we will also kill some time, because this next we're ahead of schedule, if that makes sense. That means we've got effectively, it might be somewhere between 24 and 48 hours before the next thing kicks in, which we can try and make the most of, or we can just skip away. So anyway, see you in the next video.